It is my great pleasure and honor indeed to introduce to you, she needs no introduction, big hand for her, Manpreet Brar, Miss Universe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening once again. As Mr. Kingston just said, we are after all here to talk and think about HIV and AIDS. And I guess it's high time we did. There is a need not only to talk about how to prevent and how to protect ourselves from this disease, but also to talk about how to live with HIV. Most of us might not really see it as a serious problem because for the simple fact that we don't see people who are HIV positive around us. And we are to blame for that. Because we as society are giving the message that we don't want you around. And why don't we want you around? All that stems from a simple question of, how did you get AIDS? I mean, how did you get HIV? And why is it so important to ask this one simple question of, how did you get HIV? Well, because we all want to know, were you a saint or were you not a saint? And it gives us great pleasure in wanting to know the answer to that question. There is a stigma attached to this disease, maybe in other countries too, but definitely more so in India, because one of the causes, as we all know, happens to be through sex. And of course, that is the tabooed word in India. That is something we never talk about. We might do everything we want to behind closed doors, but we will never talk about sex. Until we don't, we will never be able to combat this disease. Because every time you say we don't want to talk about it, you are saying, okay, HIV, come and get us, because we don't have the guts to stand up and say, we will fight you. So the HIV will definitely get the better of you, as it already is. You might not know this, but India already is a country that has the single largest number of HIV infections. Yes, the single largest number of HIV infections. For all you know, there might be people in this very audience who are HIV positive. There just might be, you will never know. Some of them might know, whereas some of them might not even know. Probably the person sitting right next to you is HIV positive.